Hey everybody, it's Don the Red and welcome back to Crystalline. Right then last we left off, well, we were stopped at the gates on our way out of town. So this is gonna be, well, I mean, officers, look, I don't have anything on me, okay? I just had this fancy new sword that someone bought for me because I don't have any money. And just please leave me alone. I have a stupid name, don't add to my, don't add to my shame, please. Okay. Right before we reach the edge of town, a guard stops us.
There's been heightened bandit activity reported on these roads.
Right, voice acting, I forgot. I mean, I didn't really, well, I don't know how many NPCs are actually going to be voice acted. One of the shopkeepers was, the blacksmith, I don't think said anything. I don't think he had any lines to begin with, so okay. Leanna's brows crease.
Are the roads closed?
They'd better not be. We have places to be.
No, but until we get a handle on the bandit activity, we're advising everyone to stay in town.
There are fiends on the road. You shouldn't lead the village.
We can't stay.
Yeah, bounce. I mean, yeah, what she said.
Where are you headed?
Out.
We're headed to Illumia.
That place. The guard notices a sigil on Leanna's manipulator.
You're a mage knight?
A mage knight. Wouldn't it be simpler to call, say, like a battle mage or a spell blade or, yeah, never mind. She nods. I assume. As the guard turns his focus to me, I draw attention to the blade on my hip. He nods gruffly, then moves out of the way.
Just be careful out there.
Oh, I won't.
Thank you.
Yeah. She motions me to follow her. Thank you, officers. Once we're back on the familiar dirt path, I take one last look at the Meadow Hill Village before focusing on the road ahead of me. It's dirt, trodden, and there's grass on both sides. Well, trees, and a little kind of at the right with the rock ledge. Okay. A trek along the path is peaceful. The forest gradually awakens with bird song and the scuttering of woodland animals. Having grown up in the city, the sounds of nature still startle me, and I glance at every rustle of the leaves. Fucking city-slicking little bitch. Lana, though, seems unfazed. Her eyes routinely survey her surroundings. Suddenly, she freezes. I nearly bump into her. Would have been some more anime hijinks. What is it? What's it? Oh, God, just seeing the name. Shh. What? I fall silent as she listens. When she speaks, her voice is a whisper.
Did you hear that?
Technically a whisper. No, what? I strain my ears, listening for anything out of place. Then I hear the voices among the trees. I also hear the very ominous background music. So yes, I hear the backing track. It's cueing that there's danger near. Bandits? A strangled scream pierces the air, scaring a flock of birds into flight.
Someone might be in danger.
Yeah, someone might be us if we don't get the fuck out of here. Oh, okay, fine. Her previous caution abandoned, Liana sprints towards the sound, and I follow at her heels. Wait, we should split up! I don't want to die! We both take cover as the trees open up, revealing a man in a trench coat surrounded by 5 bandits. One more bandit lies motionless on the ground. Upon seeing their fallen comrade, the bandits all unsheathe their weapons. 3 of them hold long swords, and 2 of them point guns. The trench-coated man doesn't stir. His dark hair falls over his eyes, and I can't see his face. Mysterious.
He won't get away from us this time. Take him out.
Okay. The man pushes open his coat and draws 2 guns as the bandits converge. Go on. Make my day. Lana sets her jaw.
Stay here.
I mean, what am I gonna do? I'm useless. As soon as the words fall from her lips, she races out of the trees. Her hair whips behind her and her white coattails billow in a graceful arc. She moves faster than any human, as if the air is pushing her forward instead of dragging her down. Combat! Start! Her gauntlet hand clenches and a blue sphere glows and disappears as she smashes her fist into the nearest bandit. He flies away from her and crashes against a tree before crumpling into a heap.
A mage knight?
Oh no!
She must be with him.
Or she's after the bounty. Take her out too.
You're not very bright, are you? The mysterious man fires his blasters. Fires a hail of purple blasts at the bandits, catching one of them in the chest. Leanna deflects the sword from another bandit with her own blade. I can't just sit here and do nothing. I have to help. No, you don't. Stop. Why? You don't. You can't. You're useless. Ignoring Leanna's command, I unsheath my sword and charge into battle, prepared to die. Witness me! First encounter. Click the matching icon? What? What? Oh, it's what? What? The... Okay? What the hell? I didn't... okay, I matched... Hey, look, I can fit square shapes and square holes. What was that? Okay. Leanna breathes heavily as she surveys the bodies around her. She glances at me and the stranger who's still standing. I mean, the music is still pretty bombastic for the battle being finished.
Anyone hurt?
There. Well, no, it kind of dipped for a second because of her voice. Never mind. The bandits, and, you know. I do a gentle pat down on myself and wince at my bruises. Nothing major. Leanna nods and she fidgets the manipulator. Hi. The man stays silent as he inspects his gun. Now that I have a better look at him, I realize that although his fierce scowl makes him seem tough, he doesn't look that much older than me. What a coincidence. His hair has a habit of falling around his eyes. It just helps that mysterious aura. But as he pushes it back, I notice a long scar cut across one eye. Once satisfied, he tucks his gun back into his belt and gets to his feet. He nods to us, very jerkily, yes.
Thanks.
Spade, right. Well, okay. Your name is slightly sillier than mine, so, alright. Then he turns away. I place to be.
Wait!
What? He pauses and looks at her.
Where are you headed?
It's just how gigantic your eyes are compared to his.
Why?
Yeah, why do you want to...
There might be more bandits around. We should team up if we're going in the same direction. Safety in numbers.
Let's get this fantasy RPG party, quote unquote, started, yeah. He studies us in stony silence. How enigmatic. I just can't help but feel drawn to... No, I really can't. It's exact opposite reaction. Then his gaze flicks to a manipulator and he relaxes slightly.
Where are you going?
Ilium.
We're headed to Illumia.
Wrong game. Never mind.
Me too.
Oh, that's perfect. Leanna nods.
You're from the Mage Guild?
I'm actually just a mailman.
Yes, I'm Leanna.
Or that. We need cover stories. I'm... Thorn...
Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
Oh, right, you. All of us glance at the little blue pongo who seemingly popped out of nowhere. Where have you been, actually? And, this is our little friend. Say hello to my little friend. And I just throw it in the bandit's face. I can't see, you blinded. He's eating me.
I see.
Nah. Yeah. The pongo blinks at Zach, who stares him down. The pongo bounces uncertainly. I wouldn't trust him either. Zach's unblinking stare never wavers, so the pongo scoots behind my leg for safety.
Now that introductions are over, let's get moving.
Who put you in charge, Budget Kirito? Zach waits for us to collect our things, and once we're all set, we head back to the road. Leanna and I lead the way, the pongo keeping pace with us, while Zach hangs a few steps behind us. Is it really wise to let the dude we just met, who has a firearm, stand behind us where he has the advantage? Just pull out and go pew pew with his laser gun? Ask about Zach's weapon. Ask about Leanna's speed. Ask how Zach knew she was in the Mage Guild. I have nothing to ask. You sure are quick, girl. Leanna, I saw you during the fight. How are you able to move so fast?
Oh, I cast wind magic
Take
to
this.
manipulate my movements.
Yeah. Oh, so like putting on a speed buff. Yeah, sure.
They're small adjustments. like shifting the draft to move me forward, or using a breeze to help lift me during jumps.
Damn, that sounds awesome. Wish I could just do anything apart from swaying my little sharp stick. She grins.
The next time you're lagging behind, I'll use my wind to give you a little boost.
No, seriousness, please, I need help. That would be amazing. I can already imagine myself running like the wind. Liana seems pleased by my reaction. Gun. So, what type of gun is Zach carrying, and how do they work?
You mean his discharger?
That thing. What's the discharger? What's the paladin? I hear a sound behind us. Zach raises an eyebrow and I turn to look at him. Apparently I heard his eyebrow raising.
Did you hit your head or something?
Possibly. No, I got too close to a Sin's toxin. Liana looks a little uncomfortable.
He's not exactly from around here.
I'm with Zanuck and Abe's. Zach crosses his arms.
I see.
Is that all? Never mind. There's a pause. So, a discharger.
It's a weapon that uses crystal spheres to power it.
Okay. So it is a gun.
Maybe?
The spheres or the bullets. Well, it's kind of the magazine in some sense because these are fire bullets, or in this case, bolts of energy. Liliana looks uncertain. Although it made sense in my head, I can see why she might be confused. Terminology and all. Yeah. Never mind. I got it. Thanks. Do you though? I mean, did she even actually clarify that? Okay. The power. Okay, power. Yeah. So it would stand to reason that you could assume that the spheres therefore act as a kind of magazine. Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. She smiles. I feel Zach's gaze on me, but his expression's hard to read because he's behind me and I don't see his expression. I feel it, quote unquote, which means I didn't look back at him, so you know. Ask how Zach knew she was in the Mage Guild. I have a guess. But I'm gonna ask the dumb questions anyway because the game gives me the options. How did Zach know you're in the Mage Guild?
He saw my emblem.
What emblem? She lifts up her arm and points to the sigil on her manipulator. What sigil? What exactly does the Mage Guild do? Regulates mages, I'm guessing.
We investigate any type of magical anomaly.
Or that.
The Mage Guild in Havengard is actually headquartered in Illumia.
Okay. Sort of like a police force. Liana furrows her brow.
Police?
Guard isn't quite right. Like how detectives go out in the field to solve mysteries.
A little like that.
Surprised they had the word detectives, or at least the terminology did. Okay. And that makes sense as to why both the guard in Meadow Hill Village and Zach relaxed to sing Liana's emblem. Well, let's say that guard was telling the truth. There definitely are bandits in the road.
Yeah.
There's something in her voice which makes me think she doesn't completely agree. What is it?
It's just, well, for bandits, they were pretty well equipped.
Okay, maybe they've gotten lucky in the past, or maybe or either they got some good hauls and used that equipment, or they got good hauls and used the money from them to buy better equipment. Or they're being supplied. Let's go with the conspiracy theory. Someone's arming the bandits. She stares hard at Zach, but he doesn't react. What does that mean? Are they not bandits? Liana continues to look at Zach. Oh, I want to be overshadowed by the mysterious dude.
I'm not sure.
They were bandits.
Okay. She looked sharply at Zach, obviously caught off guard. Yeah.
Sure.
That didn't sound too convincing. The subject drops, but I still feel a little uneasy. If those guys weren't bandits, then who were they? And why were they attacking Zach? They said something about a bounty, so I'm guessing he's a criminal, or... Well, bounty doesn't inherently mean that you're a criminal. It could just mean that someone has put out a hit on you for some reason. Could be a crime, or it could be something more personal. You know, let's not jump to conclusions, but let's also not let our guard down. The questions circle in my mind as the conversation lulls to silence. Liana leads the way, though she seems to have something on her mind. As Zach trails from behind, he remains on heightened alert. We traveled together for quite some time with no further interruptions. I can feel my legs would have burned from all the walking. Leanna squinted the sky.
We should make camp before it gets dark.
With what?
There's a good spot up ahead which hides us from view. It'll still give us visibility on any intruders, though.
Okay. That's good. We're going to be seeing on the dirt, aren't we? Zach leads the way and soon we reach the clearing. Yeah, but can't talk. The three of us get to work setting up camp. Wait, did we buy? I don't remember. Okay, apparently we have supplies though. I roll on my bed, roll near the campfire, and notice how thinly it spreads in the ground. This thing really be comfortable? I mean, unless it's magic, no. Guess there's only one way to find out. I lie down in the bedroll and place my hands behind my head. This isn't as bad as I thought. Yeah, I just got one little rock sticking up into my spine though. It's gonna... I'm gonna wake up sore all over. A yawn escapes my lips. I could definitely fall asleep here. Pretty colors. My gaze lingers in the night sky above. The moon hangs in the inky sky, dotted with so many pinpricks of silver light. I like the chill music too. They sparkle vividly as if trying to chase away the dark. I breathe out a breath in wonder. I never knew that stars could shine so brightly. Okay. I try to pick out a few constellations, but the star patterns above are unfamiliar.
What are you looking at?
Pretty lights. I hear you sit up at the sound of Leanna's voice. She holds two steaming bowls in her hands. How? Wait. Okay. I accept one of the bowls to smile as she sits beside me. Just admiring the sky. This place is really beautiful. Back where I live, you don't get to see so many stars.
How come?
Light pollution. Yeah. Our cities are filled with so much light that it drowns out the stars. Leanna gazes thoughtfully at the sky.
Right. It's a little harder to see the stars in town than it is out here.
Well, if you're using magic, you could conceivably have, magic-powered light systems that are, much more potent than your average fantasy. Well, your average, low magic fantasy or, purely medieval setting or something. In which case, you'd be relying on just fire. I shake my head. That's not the same. Some nights I don't see the stars at all. Her eyes widen in surprise. Then she places her chin in her hands.
A night sky without stars.
Depressing, isn't it? She looks at me.
What's your world like?
It's a clusterfuck. Really cool tech. It's bad. Humans are a plague to the planet. I'm edgy. Different, but more or less the same. It has really... I don't... not this. Different, more or less the same. Apart from magic and, slimes? Sure. Really cool tech. More or less the same. Let's go with this. It's really different. We don't have any magic, but we have a lot of technology instead.
What sort of technology?
Things like cars. Oh, well, that helps. Car is, isn't it basically short for like carriage, and then automated carriage or whatever, horseless carriage, some bullshit. It derived from the word carriage, but from never mind. I'm getting off on a thing. We have basically what amounts to carriages that power themselves. We don't need something to pull them. We have an energy source that makes it move on its own.
What's a car?
There you go. It's the means of transportation. With the car, we could have made the journey from Meadow Plains to Meadow Village within half an hour instead of half a day. Leanna looks intrigued.
You have an animal that can travel that fast?
It's a machine. No, it runs off gas or electricity depending on what type of car you have.
So it's like our carriages, which are powered by crystals.
Yes.
The more energy it uses, the faster it goes.
Didn't interrupt you. Yeah, pretty much. Something like that. We have airplanes too, which fly in the sky, so we can have faster travel to other areas of the world.
Humans who can fly?
Yeah, well, the jetpacks are a gray area, but yeah, kind of. Leanna's eyes grow in wonder and she grins.
What else do you have?
The interwebs, mobile phones. That just sounds cringy. We have those damn cell phones. Cell phones. Actually, I reached in my pockets and pull up my phone. I was wondering if this is going to come up at some point in this conversation, but there we go. This is my cell. She leans in close to inspect it.
What does it do?
Nothing right now. I can make calls with it or send messages and talk to people far away. It also tells me the time, and I can take pictures or play games too if I want. Okay, never mind. She takes the phone in her hand and flips it back and forth.
Is it like scrying? How does it do that?
Signals. Or magic, if you look at it from the perspective of someone who is as technologically literate as myself, sure. Well, I had to turn on first, but it doesn't work here. I think the battery's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. She doesn't bother hiding her disappointment. She tilts her head back and returns her gaze to the sky. Underneath the moonlight, her pale skin seems to glow amidst the darkness. Her face softens as she smiles.
You're right. The stars really are beautiful.
It's the simple things, although it's simple as in the fact that it's just, you know, a static part of the universe and the cosmos, but I mean, that doesn't make it any less amazing or beautiful than it actually is, even though some people underappreciate just how incredible I'm going off on a tangent. We fall into a comfortable silence as we enjoy the tranquility of the night. Are you sure it's comfortable, or am I just telling myself that? After we finish eating and cleaning up, Zach approaches us.
It's getting late.
Hi, Zach. Leanna nods.
I'll take first watch so you can rest.
Don't know if whatever.
All right. I'll take second watch.
I will sleep very, very softly, not soundly, because I don't trust. I don't trust. I guess that just leaves me with third. What? Oh, come. What? Zach stares unblinking at me while Liana coughs nervously.
That's okay. We had an early start, and I'm sure you're tired. We should rest up and sleep through the night.
Who's we when you're taking second watch, Liana? I have a feeling that here we refers to me, and me don't. That doesn't help my argument. I don't appreciate the patronizing. She's right. I'll do that. Do you guys not trust me? Come on, let's be honest here. Let's start a rapport, right? Let's air some grievances or whatnot. We shouldn't have these things between us, okay? Communication's important. It almost sounds like you guys don't trust me. that couldn't be, could it? Although I try to keep my tone light and joking, Ileana looks guilty.
No, that's not. I mean, it's not that we don't trust.
I mean, you've been with me longer than you've been with him, assuming you haven't met. I mean, I'm assuming you haven't. Distrust is growing.
Yes.
I mean, I figured as much, but I still appreciate the bluntness. Okay. She looks sharply at Zach. His arms are crossed, but his expression doesn't change. Seriously? Zach nods towards Liana.
She's part of the Mage Guild, so I know she won't pull any tricks. I don't know anything about you.
Touche. I mean, not touche. Right back to you, Buster. I don't know anything about you. And I'm assuming she doesn't either. So you are currently the least trustworthy one out of the three of us, you know, in terms of the interpersonal circle that we've got going on right now.
I'm sorry.
There's a fire on my mind abates. I realize Zach has a point. I've given him no reason to trust me, and he's not really given you any particular reason to trust him either. If I were in his shoes, I'd be just as cautious. You should be. The fact that you're not is frankly kind of concerning. Alright, I suppose that's fair, you naive, smooth
I better get to sleep then. Good night.
Uh-huh. Night. Leanna flashes me one last smile before crawling into her bedroll. As she lays down, Zach positions himself against a tree and takes a seat. Get to know Zach. Oh, I suppose it would be the proper thing to do. Yeah, all right. If we're gonna be traveling together, I should make an effort to get to know what kind of person he is. I walk over to Zach.